respected chairman, respected board of governors, honorable director, all faculty members, staff members of IIM Calcutta, distinguished guests, and my young friends. It's a great honor and a privilege to be speaking at this convocation ceremony of the institute where I studied. I have very fond memories of my time here, like all my classmates, as well as students who studied here before me and after me. I must say that IMC has a great role in shaping me as an individual and also instilled in me a sense of responsibility to my country and my society, for which I remain eternally grateful to IMC. Thank you, IMC, for making me what I am today. IMC is the oldest management institution of higher learning set up in the country. Its pioneering and enterprising spirit continues even after it has transformed itself into a world-class institution over the years. Since its inception, IMC has developed many linkages and won many accolades. I want to bring you one more recently acquired trait that it has developed. It has created an intimate relationship with the legacy of the father of nation, Mahatma Gandhi, which many of us are not aware of. Our chairman of Board of Governors, Sri Krishna Kulkarni, is the real, in quote, real great grandson of Mahatma Gandhi. He is an accomplished person, but he also carries this legacy of Mahatma Gandhi. So I think give him a big hand that he decided to join here as a chairman. My congratulations to the families of all the graduating students who, through exemplary hard work, encouragement and sacrifice, motivated the graduates to first join IMC and then supported them through their journey here. You are lucky to have studied in such a wonderful surrounding. We need to make the facilities even better, world class. My stay over last 12 hours in the campus suggests that a lot is required to make the IMC campus world class. It needs to keep pace with time. I take this opportunity to appeal to all our alumni from all batches spread far and wide across the world to contribute generously towards reviving the infrastructure at IMC in the way they can. This is our mother institution. We must contribute, and I think young graduates who go out also should learn how to contribute to the institution which has given us so much. Over the last 2 years, some of the best professors in the world have taught you. Many of these professionals also studied at IMC or similar other institutions, worked in various industries for decades, became world-class professionals themselves and came back to teach you. My salute to them and their zeal to give back to the society. Give them a big hand for agreeing to teach us by coming here. I'm sure going forward, some of the students who are passing out today will also come back and join this noble profession to guide the next generations. As you may have studied from history books, our civilization is an old one. In ancient India, we had universities like Nalanda and Takshila, which had established themselves as international centers of educational excellence, where students from across the world came and studied. Generations after generations, the Indian people have accumulated a rich heritage of traditional knowledge. We have also learned from other cultures over these millenniums. I would encourage the graduating students to use both modern and traditional knowledge to arrive at innovative solutions to some of our pressing societal challenges. Our country can only achieve development through the outstanding contributions of intelligent, well-qualified and professionally committed workforce, one which looks for opportunities in the face of challenges within a resource-limited environment. As we all know, the world is passing through a great pandemic of COVID, which has created issues across the spectrum in almost all societies. The last couple of years have taught us that certainty is fleeting in a world besought by uncertainty. I'm sure when you batch joined the program, many thought COVID-19 would be temporary and we would all be back to the classrooms, soon to the familiar in-class interactions. Instead, we experienced different variants of the virus. Lockdowns, stiff travel rules, curfews, masks, social distancing, and many other things. Work and studies were at a place called home. Interactions were virtual in a place called Zoom or WebEx or a video conference. And masks plus vaccinations are what we required to move around. Most of you have been lucky to spend last 1 year at the campus, which was a solace. India, with its very low per capita GDP of $2,000 per person, was not supposed to do well. Despite all the dire predictions by experts from abroad and from within, India has done well as compared to many, many other countries, including countries with 10, 20, 30, 40 times per capita income compared to India. That is not to say that all of us have not suffered troubles. If you look at the number of infections per million or number of deaths per million, India is ranking somewhere close to 120 out of 224 territories being monitored by worldometers.org for COVID. Some of the better managed countries or some of the richer countries like US or UK are in top 20 or 25 in number of infections per million and number of fatalities per million. India is in the bottom half, and that tells you, as a society, we have done well compared to the rest of the world. In addition, we also governed ourselves well during the COVID period. In some ways, we have contributed positively to the world during these stressful times. During the same period, we also fought a small but unnecessary aggression by our neighbor on northeast borders on our own. Nobody stood with us. It is almost forgotten as it sounds too distant now. However, we need to be thankful to our government for providing us with all the facilities within the limitations they had and providing us the vaccines, the medicines and everything else. Providing free ration to 80 crore people over the duration of COVID and even now has been an unbelievably mammoth task that has not been recognized by us or by the world. The free ration distribution was necessitated as many people couldn't go to work for long periods due to various waves of deadly coronavirus. Despite our rapid growth in recent decades, we still have a large number of people who have very little savings that can help them tide over rough times like this. The scheme of free ration, known as Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana, has saved poor Indian citizens from anarchy and misery, which we see manifest in other countries, including China, in recent videos. The number of people who have been provided free food over 2 years is more than the population of European continent, entire Europe, or North American continent, entire America, Mexico and Canada, or all South American countries. In fact, India has been providing free ration to the size of population larger than all the continents other than Asia and Africa. We should be proud as Indian citizens for this humanitarian aid to our poor brethren. It is true, social security to vulnerable irrespective of the region, religion, caste, creed, language, and any other seeming divisions that try to pull us apart even today. In comparison, the 2020 Nobel Peace Prize recipient, UN World Food Programme, provided assistance, partial assistance, not full assistance, to 11.55 crore people compared to India's 80 crore people, approximately 14% of what India is supporting today in 2020, 2021, and 2022. Does it mean that Nobel Peace Prize Committee will seriously look at the Indian Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, and Indian government's humanitarian achievement for awarding Nobel Peace Prize? It remains to be seen. Vaccination drive, automated and free for such huge population of close to 140 crore is another achievement we now take for granted. Who had even thought that this would be possible on the same date last year? More than 100 crore people have been administered at least one dose by now, and more than 85 crore people are fully vaccinated. How did this happen? Automatically, or someone worked for it? Should we be thankful to the people who got it done? In my opinion, we must be thankful. Some teams developed the vaccines and manufactured them. Other teams planned, negotiated, procured, and delivered all those vaccines to the remotest corner of this beautiful country. Other teams administered them. Some other teams automated the process using CoWIN. No country seems to have done it the way we have done it. So give them a big hand, all our governments, all our social workers, all our medical workers, all our sanitation workers who kept our cities and villages clean. I think we as a country have to be proud of our achievements. And this is just the beginning. Nobody in their wildest dream could have even thought that India will fight like this. Many a times, after looking at this, I say that either West is not as rich as we think it is, or we are not as poor as what we think we are. So you are rich, you are at least mentally rich, you are a good team. We need to be thankful to all our politicians and governments at all levels. We continue to blame them, but this time they rose to the task. Our Prime Minister, the leadership at states as well as municipalities, panchayats, civil society organizations, and everyone associated. We have to be grateful to our scientists, our pharma industry, our medical fraternity, our sanitation workers, railway employees, who are even now trying to deliver coal to every power plant as we are talking. At the same time, India has been able to run its IT and business process systems for some of the largest corporations, government, and hospitals in the world. We did well ourselves, but we also ran the world ourselves. Nobody would have thought that after first 70 days of lockdown, India's BPO and software industry would be able to provide uninterrupted services to their customers across the world. Some of the largest banks and their ATMs, some of the largest retailers, takeaway restaurants across the world ran smoothly due to commitment and enterprise of Indian employees. So when you join workforce from tomorrow, you have to remember that we not only won the battle of COVID for ourselves, but we also won it for the world. That is where I believe India has scored, and India's importance to the world has come up several notches in the minds of policymakers everywhere. You will be the beneficiary of this achievement in years to come. My heartiest congratulations to the governments, corporates, and citizens who have, despite all odds, worked hard to keep their enthusiasm alive and ensured that they serve not only India, but the rest of the world. This is true spirit of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Having said that, these are perhaps your last few minutes officially at IIM Calcutta, and I think all of you want to go and enjoy. So I will not be spending much time giving you advice, but I had written a large, long speech. I'll try to skip some of them. And one of the issues when I was coming out of IMC, I had questions about what will happen to me. Many of you still might have those questions. How will the big bad world treat me? Will I shine or not? Will I make a lot of money? Will I become famous? Will I have a comfortable life? Will I be able to fulfill the expectations of my parents, my family, and my friends? How will I get into the right company? Or have I got into the right company? If I got a job, did I select the right specialization? Will it continue to forever, or do I need to learn newer skills going forward? Have my friends got better job than me? And many such questions that come to our mind or will continue to come to your mind as you join the workforce. I would like to share with you some of the guiding principles that I have derived for myself. Is first, to be grateful. Be grateful to everything around you. You are alive itself is a pleasure, and be grateful to everything that happens to you. That will just add so much value to your life. Learn to be grateful. Don't carry your ego, your IMC degree in your head every day. You are important, you are bright, you are a winner, but you don't have to show it. The second part is to be responsible. It's important to earn a lot of money, but also be responsible and deliver what you are counted for. The third aspect is being curious. Continue to stay curious. You were curious continually before coming here, that's why you are here. But after going from here, carry curiosity with you, if nothing else. Curiosity is going to keep you hungry for knowledge, for recognition, for wisdom. And you need to be hungry for achieving newer and newer things. You need to be courageous. It's a great way to live life, to be courageous. If you are meek, you are going to miss out a lot. My entire life, I had to take a lot of decisions which were very, very courageous at the time they were taken. But when I look back, they were helpful to me, but also they were helpful to the country. So whenever you get a chance, take decisions, don't be meek. Intelligence is something God has given you because you are here at IMC. But sincerity is something we'll have to develop ourselves. Sincerity counts much more than intelligence in real life. Other part is being humble. Third thing is being ethical. And the other thing is you need to be kind. Compassion is very, very, very important. You have to be patient. Patience is again going to last you very long because you have 40, 50 years career ahead of you. If you are not patient, you are going to run out of steam very fast. And you also need to be passionate. So many people think that passion and patience, they don't go together. In my case, it's the other way around. Both of them have gone together. And I think you will actually do better if you have passion as well as patience. You need to be optimistic and be service to your family. Today, many of us have been raised in a situation where we expect a lot from our parents, from our family. So when the time comes to return some favors to our family, we may not be able to do that. We may not think it is important, but please consider service to your family as an important achievement, an important goal in your life. You will add a new paradigm to your life. Similarly, you need to be useful to your society. You must do your job for the society when you are being called. And sometimes you need to volunteer for the same. Finally, you also need to be of service to your country. As the leaders of tomorrow, give to the country your time, some of your wealth, and the best is yourself. Sometimes, not always, but sometimes you will be called upon by your country to deliver goods. It may not be going to the army or navy, but delivering goods like coal today. And sometimes those demands are not even explicit. You have to find your purpose for your society, for your country, and you'll have to get up like how you did during COVID times. You'll have to be of service to the society and the country going forward. And at the same time, in this journey, you'll have to enjoy what you are doing. As a developing nation with low per capita income, India still has several socio-economic challenges confronting its citizens. Some of these pressing challenges include poverty, illiteracy, poor housing, living conditions, lack of proper food and nutrition, poor water and sanitation, insufficient healthcare, communication, transportation services, and many other challenges. One option for all of us as Indians is to keep worrying about these challenges without attempting to solve them. My hope and prayer is that some of you will try to solve them yourselves so that India becomes a better place to live. There will be, once you come out, there will be lots of pressure and demands on you. You may also get confused at times. However, please note that the journey is important and you need to enjoy that journey. Don't ever give up. Continue on the path of excellence that you have learned at IIM Calcutta. You must stay in touch with changing reality. Sometimes our assumptions, our models about reality may be incorrect. We need to have that feedback loop into our minds that differentiates and tells us that models and assumptions are not reality. Sometimes reality will run away from our models, from our ideas, and we must learn to change our models to suit new realities and not stick to the models of the past. Otherwise, we'll get left behind. India, in my opinion, is going to make huge material progress on the back of young population and rapid technological developments over the next 50 years. India's wealth, which is around $10 trillion, is going to go up 1,000%. From $10 trillion to $100 trillion is going to happen in your lifetime. The society expects you to play your part as responsible business leaders to take advantage of this once in a millennium opportunity that has come the way of India. I'm sure you will all lead India into a prosperous and glorious nation over the next 5 decades. This convocation is a point that marks an end and a beginning. It is a passage for you from student to becoming alumni. I wish you all the best in your career and in your lives as you step out into a new world. Please accept my hearty congratulations on this achievement and best wishes for your future. Please accept my gratitude for inviting me and listening to me even after receiving your degree. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.